I've directed the security agencies. The person who shot somebody and killed somebody, that person, they should look for that person and bring that person to book. It's a directive. I've told them, they're already working. Nobody can go free. You can't kill somebody and you think they're people backing you. You know, because both those who are backing them will bring them to book. Because this is Delta State, we want peace. You can see they brought this kind of into Delta State. It's not madness. Who do you want to kill in Delta State? Want to stabilize this government? We cannot take it from any ethnic nationality. Never and never. We will not take it. Well, I'm very, very happy. You can see that I just left the program. And I know how important it is for this breakthrough to recover these arms. It is not easy. They have been making a lot of effort, and they are still making more effort. This recovery will show that Delta State, like what we have said, that we want to enhance peace and security. There are a lot of things the state is doing. We don't put it on the press. And this person was intercepted on that express of Gashukuru. And the person was alone driving. You will not know he's carrying anything. Conceal all this inside the vehicle. Breakthrough. All the security agencies are doing their best. Keep peace. And like I've said, we want peace in Delta State. And to those who want to make trouble in Warri, like I've told them before, they have not seen trouble. We don't want trouble. If you witness the crisis, the last crisis, you don't want to go into it. And we don't want it, we don't need it. We need to open Warri. We want investors to come into Warri. When there is a crisis today, investors will not come. It should not be fair. Because that place needs to be developed more. We already do roads. We are doing the stadium already. We are doing other things. If the crisis starts today, those projects can go up.
State, on behalf of Delta State Command of the DSS, I welcome you, sir. Give you what we have here, and we go. Sir, the Department of State Services, Delta State Command, and the Service Tactical Team during a sting operation that recovered 7 long DPMGs and arrested the arms dealer, Stephen Sabo Atosi, a 40-year-old secondary school teacher from Gasol in Taraba State. The feat was achieved through a covert operation to combat proliferation of small arms, light weapons in Delta State, which underpins criminality and intercommunal crisis, as well as other heinous crimes in the state. The laudable operation was a successful one and was conducted on the 12th of October 2025 within Asaba Metropolis. This following sustained covert and intelligence collection efforts on the movement of the cache of arms from Sheba, southern Libya through Chad into Nigeria via an illegal border in Gidam, Yobe State. It was uncovered that Atosi has been in the business for over 8 years, during which he has supplied over 50 firearms, including GPMGs, AK-47 and noxious explosives across the country, with stream from terrorist enclaves in Libya. During an exclusive interview with the suspect, he confessed to the crime and described the manner in which he dismantled the rifles and concealed them in his dashboard of his vehicle, thereby evading praying eyes of security agents on routine patrol and checks along the highways. He noted that he has made hundreds of millions of naira from this trade, as he procures the weapons at 10 million naira and supplies between 15 and 20 million naira, depending on the bargaining power of the buyer. Continuing, he noted that his associate in Warri had paid for the weapons in full and have planned to deploy same for large-scale criminal activities in the state. The suspect is here with us. In furtherance to this brief, there are also bomb actions that were recovered within the months under review. Your Excellency, over there you can see it. They were recovered from notorious arms dealer that specialized in supplying weapons to misguided terrorists hibernating in the area. The second of this year, we recovered from criminal headers that are involved in kidnapping for ransom and other nefarious activities around Ogwashuku Forest axis in Aniocha local government area of Delta State. Also, a set of military rifles, about 5 grenades here, were recovered from notorious elements that specialized in bank robbery, who entered the state from Kogi State to commence bank robbery in Warri axis of the state. The remaining rifles were recovered from bags of beans that arrived at Oko Food Market along Asaba-Onitsha Expressway from the north, expected to be deployed to criminal activities. Also, the command recovered 497 cartons of fake drugs in the period under review. Your Excellency, sir, we want to pledge our loyalty to the state, that the service has remained resolute in procurement of actionable intelligence to protect the citizens of your state by starving the criminals of the instrumentality of crime. Your Excellency, sir, I want to take you around so that you can see these things. Taking it off from here, sir. See the pump action. Pump action. GPMG.
These are the pump actions.
Yes, sir. Pump action.
These are the
GPMG. 7 in number.
See what they are bringing to Delta. See what they have brought to Delta.
This one are the military weapons with the grenades involved.
5 grenades.
As of today, 14th of October 2025, this young man on my screen, Harrison Gwamnishu, is the only superhero we have in Anioma today. I want to use this opportunity to tell you thank you for whatever you have been doing to make sure that the security is intact without looking at the back. With all the things that we are seeing, I want to thank you officially. We in Asobia recognize your efforts. We in Igbo and Anioma in general recognize your efforts. May God richly bless you. I don't want to sound like an enemy of progress, because when you look at the things that is happening, you begin to wonder whether the government, federal and state, are sincere with the development of security in Nigeria. So, because I don't want to be an enemy of progress, I want to officially thank also the Delta State government. So far, so good, for the effort we are putting in place to make sure that the state is secure. See how the governor is serious over the discovery of these things. All the way from the north, the people are still coming here to take advantage of our porous situations and begin to lavish and do some evil. And at the end of the day, it is in the Igbo, IPOB, and some of us, they will say is ritualist. But meanwhile, this person is coming all the way from the north to come and do this evil here. And Harrison Gwamnishu has said it before, that most of the people they are catching are not our people. So that's why I say Harrison is a hero. But like I said, if you look at the federal government body language, you begin to wonder whether the state is staging this to make it look as if they are collaborating, they are working. We need to always tell ourselves the truth. This post I'm making is to make the government realize that people are watching, because they say action speaks louder than voice. I see where they say that the state government arrest somebody for saying that the governor is a sleeping person. So it makes people now to be afraid to criticize the government or to say this is what they are doing wrong or right. But see, we can't constantly be watching things going wrong and people will not say. They say it is not the bad people that do evil that makes the world to spoil. It is the good people who keep quiet. So I started by saying I appreciate what the governor is doing, but when you look at the federal character, you will not be wondering, is the federal doing this different thing and the state is doing different thing? Why am I saying this? The president and the presidency, even with some states, are embracing terrorism, giving them peace deal. Exactly. Katsina State is negotiating peace with 5 local governments where terrorist groups are there, and they are going there to negotiate peace with them. They are not arresting them. They become repentant Boko Haram. They still put them back into Nigerian army. But the Protestant, somebody that does carry black cars, is rotting in jail. So you begin to wonder, are we actually talking about security here or something is wrong? Recently, the federal government pardoned some people, and look at the statistics. See the people he pardoned for arms, for terrorism, for drug. No wonder Dino Melaye said that the government should scrap out NDLE. Drug Enforcement Agency, they should scrap it out, because you can't be arresting people and the government are releasing people. And funny thing is that there are going to be people that are going to be supporting this system of government based on tribalism. You will still be supporting this kind of criticism based on tribalism. That is why the government have right to do whatever they are doing, because the people have people who are on their side. Whatever reason, whatever you are benefiting from it, is not something you are supposed to support evil because it's your person that is in power. Look at this guy. When Aisha made this post that government release these people, drug 70 and all those things, somebody went to think it's a lie and said he should verify. He's asking AI to verify whether Aisha is saying is true. Now, when you discover that it's true, what did you now do? You went to insult people for saying that the government released drug laws. Don't you know why people are making that video? Look at this.
Two Yoruba king caught in the act of kidnapping. Yes, you heard me right. A Yoruba king, King of Alabe, and his queen have been arrested for kidnapping criminal offenses. 120 million naira cash was recovered with them in their house. Now you ask, what are they doing with such cash at home? Kidnapping, they said. Both of them were significant kidnappers in Kwara State. In addition, another Yoruba king, King Bambale, and his queen were also arrested for kidnapping. You remember a few weeks ago, there's this news that Kwara South have fled home because of excess kidnapping. Yes. In Nigeria or in Africa, chiefs, obas, ezzes, emirs are the traditional leaders. They are known for spiritual authorities in their various societies. They are the custodians of history, keepers of lineage, event, law, truth, and customary practices. They preserve ritual knowledge and uphold social order for younger generations to emulate. But what do we have today? Those people tell truth, and they are responsible for record keeping, maintaining peace, and passing it to the younger or new generation. But what are the one that is coming, that we are coming after, leaving for us? Kidnapping, organ harvesting, an Oba, chief, king. They were making money while their people were dying. So the Yorubas now feel that the lucrative ground is corn and human harvesting. That's too bad. That's too bad. And it hurts me that when this kind of news broker, the Yorubas feel bad because you're giving news about their people. Instead of them to open their mouths, stand up and speak evil. But no, they like to cover it. It's a shame. Oba, do you know what it means? Oba, a custodian of truth, a custodian of light, getting involved in kidnapping him and his wife. A whole Kwara South flee home. They ran because their king were involved in kidnapping them, selling them like rats and meat. What a shameful act coming from a custodian of truth, light.
The reason why people like us are not going to keep quiet is because if you listen to what that DSS man was saying, the arms supplier is going to worry to communicate with the people he's dealing with. According to the governor, they are trying to cause crisis in Warri. Thank God it's not happening in Anyoma. They would have said that Ndi Igbo want to do this, they want to take over. The IPOB is coming. People like us are gonna be the one they will be looking at. As the governor is doing work, some people are following the same thing. Tinubu is the president, but the Yoruba people know they secure again. Just like when Buhari was in power. Now Buhari did power, but Katsina wasn't secured again. Exactly. Yorubas now acting the real home video for the real life. The other last time now the king, one Oba, now they repatriate back to US to go and serve his J10 for duping people. That one even there smaller. But this one, kidnapping his own people. I know I said in my video I posted yesterday that it is the fellow black man that betrayed his fellow black man to be kidnapped and sold as a slave. This is exactly what I was saying yesterday in the video. It is our fellow kings and leaders who are greedy that are selling their people to kidnappers. You are selling the land. The same thing that Afonso did in the history that made Fulani take up Kwara is what they are still doing in 21st century. History repeating itself again. That is the truth now. The Yorubas are now being known for evil since the Tinubu enter power. Because Abike Dabere will now come and say, Igbos are this, Igbos are that. From skull mining, from ritualists, now to kidnapping. The kings are even involved. The kings and the queen are involved. What more can we say? But every time, everybody wants to accuse you. Just like somebody I meet yesterday, they say, Igbo people too like money. I said, look, me, myself, I love money as an Igbo man. But if you know, say you no like money, give me the one you have. He say, no, not be like that. I say, yes. The problem Nigeria have is denial. The Igbos are the one who always don't deny. We face the reality. You say we too love money because we are aggressively hustling. We are aggressively putting things together to make life better for us. That is why you say we too love money. You wey dey lazy, wey no like money, the small one wey you get, dash me. Because I've said it time without number, there is no Nigeria that does not have money. Even a beggar in the street have money. The only difference is that the money anybody have now is not enough to solve his problem. In reality, every Nigerian has money. Even a small boy, even a madman has money in his pocket. Whether it's 15 naira, whether it's 100 naira, everybody have money. But why we are saying there is no money in Nigeria? Because everybody's money that you have is not enough to solve your daily problem or your instant problems. That's why we say we don't have money. But what the Igbo do is that if they know they don't have money, they go extra mile to hustle. They put energy to make extra money to solve their own problem, knowing fully that the government are not there to solve their problem. But you come and say Igbo people love money. If you don't like money, the small one where you get, give them to me. The guy started laughing. So that is the truth. Now, after all these kings now might actually get pardon from the so-called Tinubu in the year before the year 2031, because na young people tribalism. Thank God that as is happening in Anyoma, we have been vindicated. Like nobody has been caught with this kind of, because every time Igbo people do ritual, Igbo people they do Yahoo, Igbo people they do kidnapping. Have you seen the news going on? For throughout this 25, it has been Yoruba after Yoruba. It has been other people after other people. Anyway, we have not heard too much of kidnapping in the last few months. But the government of Delta State, please do something about our roads, mostly in Delta North. Do something about our road. I heard you saying you are trying to build Warri so that investors will come. What happened to the capital? Or you're indirectly telling us that you are building Warri because you know that the state will be divided so that we will be on our own and you take Warri that has already been developed. Exactly. I'm just thinking aloud. Because if that is the case, no problem. It's okay, fine. It is left for us now to know that once we have our state, we will have the ability to develop ourselves. But if not, why don't you do something? Why don't you make us experience your government a little so that you go do us more longer throat? Look at the whole Delta North. No single good road. The other day, a motor ran into a private building in Onchubo, Dangote truck. Because that road is dilapidated, that road is not motorable again, that road is spoiled. And that is a road that trucks, all of them that are coming from north or going to the north are passing. So please do something. The whole of Asaba has no road. I'm out of here, Joe.